cool stuff today, and starting off with a local story that kind of has a strange twist to it, a sad twist, a funeral this morning, and but it was a road rage, I guess, and then the killer will not be charged. Right. Talk me through that, how that makes sense. It's kind of an Arizona thing, right?
Yes. Grand jury declined to indict the man that police said shot a 27-year-old father during a road rage incident. Nicole Christine has a lot more on this of how all the interplay happened and his family laying him to rest today. Really, really a sad scene. But Nicole, you're here with us. If you can kind of walk us through what happened that night in Tempe.
Yeah, so this was on July 1st, and it's just a really uniquely sad and upsetting story because this man, Steven Bevan, is the man who died. Dustin Jackson is the man who shot and killed Bevan, and they both had their children in the cars, which I think just strikes me as something that is just elevates the sadness and it's such a horrific scene to think about in your mind. So I guess Bevan, according to court documents, did kind of initiate this road rage exchange. He abruptly stopped his car in front of Dustin Jackson's truck, got out of his car. He did have, according to court documents, though, he did have his hands up. So it's hard to say because, we weren't there and we only had the court documents to go off of, but it seems like his body language, he was approaching the car, but his hands were up. So doesn't necessarily indicate that he was planning to do anything aggressive. But that man there that's on the screen, Dustin Jackson, did end up shooting and killing Bevan again. Dustin Jackson had a child in the car. Bevan had 2 of his kids in the car, I believe, if not all 3 of them. So just a really sad situation that unfolded there in Tempe. Today, Bevan's loved ones down in Casa Grande, they had a funeral and a burial. I guess Steven was a very big car guy, so there were a ton of muscle cars that showed up. He drove a Challenger and was really into those kind of muscle cars, and so there was a big group of those that were there. Very faith-based. There was a ceremony at a church, and a lot of the conversation that was had, both in the statements made by families and the interviews that our crew got afterward, very faith-based. And that includes their response to the fact that Dustin Jackson is not going to be charged for homicide or weapons-related charges. They said that now justice is in God's hands and they're going to give it to God, which is, a situation that a lot of families, I think, wouldn't respond that way. So they obviously have a unique relationship with their faith and really giving it up to God, like they said. But just a tragedy that unfolded and really interesting to find out. We just found out yesterday that the county attorney and, like you said, the grand jury not going to be charging him with homicide or weapons related charges, but he is being charged on some narcotics related charges. So there are things that he'll be facing potentially some time or some, he'll have a criminal record because of those.
I don't know about you guys, but the thing that really struck me on this case, being a parent, was the fact that both the victim and the suspect in this case had kids in the car during this. I mean, that's pretty shocking. I think we've all been in Arizona traffic, seeing things where, somebody might cut you off or whatever, and, everybody feels the need to go and make how they feel about it.
How do you feel about driving around the state?
I think there's more road rage stories that we cover here specifically. Everybody has a gun in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I just feel like, I don't know if it's the heat or the monster truck culture, but there's a lot of road rage news.
Yeah,
it really is, to the point where you are really asking for trouble if you
even
honk or look the wrong way, sideways at the driver next to you.
Yeah.
And a lot is being made, something is being made also at the physical size difference of these 2 men, that the man that did, correct me if I'm wrong, Nicole, but the man who did the shooting is like I'm a foot taller.
Mm-hmm.
And so if take out the guns, he in theory wouldn't have, faced, he could have handled himself pretty well without
he's
any
a veteran. Former Marine. He's a veteran, so he definitely had some for lack of a better phrase, size advantage to him if it would have gotten into a scuffle or something like that. But yeah, and as you mentioned, Trenton, the kids, actually one of Stephen Bevan's sons, he, I guess, is like a lot of kids these days and is on his phone a lot and recording a lot of things as he goes about his day, and actually was recording when this happened. I personally have not seen the video. I don't believe we've actually obtained that video. I don't have any problem with the fact that I haven't seen it. I feel like it would be very upsetting to see, knowing that it's that man's son who's capturing that on the video. But it does add, I think the court documents, they obviously had access to it. And I think that adds to the whole, just how sad this story is, but also how much evidence there was of what happened there. And it's interesting to just think about what this grand jury and what the officials really had to discuss to end up at this point where they're not going to charge him both with homicide or weapons related charges. But as you mentioned, Ashley, it is a state where there's a lot of people who have those guns in their car, and it is, not against the law to be carrying a gun. So,
yeah,
it's a complicated story.
Well, I was just going to say, I've listened not too long ago, this psychologist was breaking down just the human condition when you're in a car, and it's kind of like your own little personalized environment where you're shielded from the rest of the world. You have your music going or whatever you're listening to, and as these things happen where you're interacting and driving, it's kind of our consciousness comes out to where the first reaction of I'm getting angry, this is happening, but the point where that escalates to getting out of a vehicle, sadly, when that does happen, people kind of aren't in control of using their brain and how it's happening, letting that emotion take over. But people feel much more confident behind the wheel saying things than they would in a real life interaction.
Kind of like the internet?
Right. Very much on that. And that's kind of what they were hinting at. But I think the cautionary tale here, obviously, of, like you mentioned, Ashley, you never know the situation with the other person, and if they might be armed, if there might be a threat to you, and having kids in the car too and exposing them to that threat, it's troubling.
Yeah,
troubling.
for sure.
Sure.
I assume he's not being charged because the other guy got out and walked toward him. It's kind of a stand your ground
Mutual combat. Yeah, maybe.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, what's the lesson here? Don't get in a road rage. Don't get out of your car.
Don't get out of your
have the kids
vehicle, I
in.
guess.
Yeah, right. All right.
And if you feel like your safety's endangered, then call the authorities.
Yeah.
Have
sure.
them come help out. Don't take matters into your own hands.
All right, Nicole, that story's tonight at 5?
Yes, we will
Okay.
have that story at 5, and then 9 and 10. If people tune in at 9 and 10, we'll be airing it again. So
Very good.
Super.
Thanks, Nicole.
All right.
thank you guys.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Nicole.
We're going to pivot to
What else is happening?
what?
Epstein?
Big box. Yeah.
Epstein files won't go away.
Yeah, so did you hear the new thing was about 1,000 FBI agents were tasked with combing through the files, working 24-hour shifts, flagging anything that had Trump's name on it. That's a smoking gun for the administration. I mean, obviously, they're floundering, trying to clean this scandal up, but why is he so concerned if his name's going to show up?
That's what I don't get. I mean, he's been connected to Epstein for years, decades. They were buddies in New York and Florida, on video together, hanging out together, going to parties together, and I don't
The hubris of using it as campaign bait for the
Yes.
MAGA base, knowing you're in the files, shows you the level of hubris of Donald Trump, if that's true.
Well, it has been interesting, at least, to watch all of this play out, where there have been some people even who voted for the president, who were very dedicated to this story, who felt like they had a dog in the fight to get to the truth of feeling like this is a conspiracy theory that's happening, where the client list would be released. And even obviously some people that are in the Trump administration, that once they were running on the promise of, well, once we get in there, we're going to release all this information. And now having this snafu of, well, we're not going to release the list, and to now there isn't a list to release. and, like you mentioned, dedicating
the latest
resources
theory
to it.
is whatever's on Pam Bondi's desk, she might actually be telling the truth because that client list is now in the hands of the higher power, whether that be intelligence agencies, foreign or domestic, but they would have never allowed that list to end up on her desk in the first place. So there is this theory, like maybe they overpromise.
A foreign intelligence agency messing with the list.
Well, if we are assuming that Epstein worked for the Mossad.
Well, that's...
And intelligence agencies, they probably already took that list before it ever got to Pam Bondi's desk.
Right. But isn't that a little bit with what President Trump was saying, where he felt like the list had been tampered with and now it's going to be weaponized and used against him?
Yeah.
So what did the MAGA folk think was going to happen when he promised this was going to be released? They wouldn't see his name, but they'd see Clinton's, they'd see Bill Gates.
There would be a perp walk of very powerful people who touched children.
Not including Donald Trump.
Well, I don't think anybody thought that he was this mired in the saga. Right. Like, yeah, we knew he was friends.
Despite the closeness of the two of them.
But now we have the Wall Street Journal saying he's writing letters, signing off wonderful secrets.
A sexually explicit letter, right.
And admitting, he likes young women and we share the love of women and all this stuff is starting to come out.
Which we all knew.
Yeah, but we did not know that he would prevent the list from being released. And this is after Elon Musk said, you're not getting the list because he's on it. So
that was the big fallout, right? Yeah. With as Trump and Musk had their fallout with Doge. He went on Twitter and said that the real truth about the Epstein files is that Trump's on it.
And then he's withholding information. Everybody's just like, oh, what's going on, man?
But hasn't this been just used as like a political football at this point? I feel like it's no longer about the victims of Epstein. It's more about saying the other side, the list is full of people from the other side.
No, I completely disagree. I think it's a bipartisan issue to stop a massive pedophile ring and sex trafficking of our children.
But are the politicians using it for that?
Right.
Sure, the Democrats would be stupid not to at this point.
I was going to say on Mike's point, too, that I think there are some questions, just plain devil's advocate, of if that information is there and the feelings from the side that feel like, yes, the information, if it was there that had Trump's info in it in the Epstein files, why didn't the Biden administration release any of that? Yeah. Especially during what they feel is a weaponization of the DOJ against Donald Trump in the last administration. Why wasn't that used? And
I think that's where MAGA is falling apart. And that's where he's losing MAGA, because now it's like a mono party and the deep state wins. You know what I mean?
Okay, Fox 10 Talks. We heated up today. I mean, we were in the Epstein files, and now we're going to talk about Coldplay.
Which is the bigger scandal.
Right. Well,
Coldplay.
Yeah, careful what you wish for. If you haven't seen it already, amazing video of a couple cam.
I love everything
at a Coldplay
about
concert.
This. I really do.
Yeah, Mike, if we could play that real quick, let's take a look.
Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on.
Whoops.
Busted.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Oh, called him right out.
Wow.
What say you, Ashley?
I say that that reaction, hiding behind glass there, all the more guilty, right?
Yeah.
There's this theory, maybe this would not have gone viral had they just held their stance.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was the CEO of a tech company called Astronomer, Andy Byron. I believe that was his chief people officer, his HR rep.
HR.
Yeah, they were at the concert.
They work closely together every day.
Loving
shuffling
embrace.
Papers.
Both are married with
Both
families.
are married.
Well, just happening this afternoon, Byron has resigned as the CEO of Astronomer. So
because these days, well, we could talk about that a little bit if you want. I mean, dating within the workplace is kind of frowned upon now. It used to happen all the time. It still happens, but was he he technically was her boss. So,
absolutely.
So
absolutely. And I believe just had promoted her into that position not too long ago when there were other candidates.
But if you're going to publicly cheat on your spouse, you lose all ability to lead.
Sure. Yeah.
And credibility.
I'm with you on that. Yeah.
So
you can't drag people into HR and have them look at you seriously anymore, right?
never again. I just saw what you were doing at the Coldplay concert. Like, I'm not going to listen to you.
There's some great memes about it. Can I tell you one that our
please.
producer Michael Edgecombe? Let me see if I got this right. Coldplay hasn't had a single in years, but made 2 last night.
Ashley was asking, did we see the Diamondbacks parodied it yesterday?
Oh,
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes,
Absolutely.
that was
The
great.
Phillies, too. I
Yeah,
thought they
the
did a
Phillies.
great job. So good.
It
So
shows
good.
you that in 2025, you just can't
No.
do what people used to get away with.
No.
Everything that happens in the dark will come to the light with social media, and everybody is their own cameraman. I mean,
yeah. One thing that wasn't talked about in it, but I did feel, this is rough, is just the impact on those families. You know, you got two
humiliating.
spouses, right? I believe the CEO's spouse is a teacher, and then the HR director, her spouse, is also CEO of, I think, a rum company. But, you know, they got kids.
Trenton, sometimes it's just best not to think about those things.
Just
and
keep
just
laughing.
go with the
Just
fun.
keep making
Just
the
go
memes.
with the fun.
Well, for the wife of Byron, she was inundated. Her Facebook was inundated right away with people sending her the image, strangers. And I think that's where the keyboard warriors, they need to just relax, man. It's really traumatizing. She's probably messed up.
I
right
did
now.
see. Didn't TMZ have the woman who videotaped the jumbotron?
Right.
They interviewed her, and she said, "Sorry,
No remorse.
I'm not. I don't. Yeah, that's what you get."
Troy, love that comment. Don't get your honey where you get your money.
That's a good one.
Where's the wisdom right there?
Oh, there's so many good memes about them.
Amazing.
Don't you think it's gotten a little far now? Like, those kids got to go to school. Their dad's famous now. Their dad also just lost his job, which I don't think is as much who he was cheating with, just the fact that he was cheating and got caught publicly. I mean, I feel like it's gotten out of hand. I mean, if she wants to get a divorce, he has no income now. So the only music he should be facing is to his family and his wife. I don't think, to us, it's a funny joke, but we've basically just destroyed a whole family. Well, he destroyed his family's wife, but we're now piling on with their, I mean, even the Diamondbacks are piling on.
You know, that's the thing is, like we said, in the internet age, nobody's safe from this kind of scrutiny, but to see the internet sleuths pull up the spouses within hours of this happening, I mean, it was amazing. Even the wife of the CEO, her name on Facebook, changing it back to kind of her maiden name. I mean, that was a controversy in of itself. And
that's
again,
not going to do it. That's not going to get it.
It kind of have another discussion on privacy, you know.
Don't
put
Well, they
yourself out
should
in
have
the
stayed in
spotlight.
private then.
Well,
Exactly.
right.
Why
I
would you
mean,
go to a public event? And then is there any truth to the lady who's watching this with a big smile was also an employee?
Yes. Was also
Astronomer's going to be cleaning up. That board's going to be
Right,
cleaning up because
right.
it looks like
a lot of policies violated.
But should we always assume we're being filmed? I mean, going to a concert, I mean,
I believe it actually
was in a
says that on
box.
your ticket. Yeah, that you could be filmed. And
yeah, I mean, that's really just, it's probably karma, not bad luck in that case, but I don't know.
What's your point? That you shouldn't
part of your
expect to be,
private life.
you shouldn't expect to be seen hugging
You should be
someone?
able to have an affair in
No,
private?
that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, I just think if you go out to a restaurant, I mean,
With your side piece.
well, that is the wrong part of that, not getting filmed. I just think now it's become way out of hand. The family's paying a price that really he should just be paying.
Okay, yeah, I see your point, but I don't know how you separate the two.
Oh, well.
That's
Dad made some bad decisions. Mom made some bad decisions.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, happens all the time.
Don't go
the
to a
time.
Coldplay concert. That's it.
I mean, of all the things Coldplay has done, whether you like them or not, I mean, this is going to be their legacy, right?
Did you see Coldplay even got in on the joke a little bit?
Oh,
when
absolutely.
They tweeted.
Right.
What did they tweet?
They tweeted something like, we're now going to have a section for non-camera to have your affair in if you don't want to be on camera or something.
Yeah.
It's coming from Chris Martin, who invented a term for breaking up called conscious uncoupling.
Uncoupling, yeah. That's right.
Amazing.
Good stuff.
Well, another cold move was in Maryland. I believe we've got this video real quick, but a firefighter. So there's a team, this collegiate summer league called the Thunderbolts, I believe, and they play right next to a fire station in Maryland. So a firefighter got his car damaged by a fly ball, took matters into his own hands to shut down the game. We can take a look at this real quick. Brought a fire hose.
Off, and by then the field was basically already underwater.
Rain delay.
Your dreams get crushed with all that water. It was kind of unreal. Pretty disappointing. We're already not going to be able to play the full amount of games that we wanted to this summer. The 40 games that we had planned, most of it due to obviously the rain, which we can't control, but last night stunk.
So
Shut
just so
down
I'm
the game.
clear, if you flood the field or whatever, you can't play games going forward, or
For that one, they couldn't.
for that
It was
day?
not a safe field to play in.
Is that a crime? Is he breaking the law in any way?
That's the question, I guess. I don't know.
He is badly behaved, huh?
You can't call it a rain delay. That's for sure.
He's definitely breaking some hearts of little leaguers. But I mean, yeah. What do you expect when you park next to a? Well, you
It's
know,
not like they did it on purpose.
right? It's like, come on, dude.
Wow.
Amazing.
Just go get the windshield fixed or whatever it
That's
was. You know, I mean,
That's
I think people are under a lot of stress, and we're starting to see it leak out in weird and odd ways, man.
Well, you got a lot of tough guys and girls too, I think, on social media who are used to trash talking, who are used to sharing their thought about everything. Because 30 years ago, everybody would just say, like, I don't care what your opinion is. Like, I don't want to hear from you. Like, what do you know about this? Enough. But now everybody thinks they're an expert on everything. They get these ideas in their head, take matters in their own hands, and it boils over. It's out of control.
And there are a lot of tough talking people on the internet, but as we've just explained here, enough of them get out of their cars and start shooting or start spraying water on little leaguers and
Or they
do
bring their
take
mistress to
action.
a Coldplay concert.
Or bring your mistress to a
Right,
I mean, the stress is boiling over to action.
Yes.
It's
too
really a
much.
lot of badly behaved adults, especially when we're talking about kids are in the car with the road rage thing. This is a little league game. It's like, what happened? Where are the adults at?
That is true. Where are the adults at? I mean, there's kind. I don't want to say there is just kind of been a opening of the door of bad behavior. Or I don't know if that was internet based. Pandemic had something to do with it. Our political leaders in both parties, whatever you want, you know, just like so. Well, if they're gonna act crazy, I guess I will too. There are no rules anymore.
No more role models, that's for sure.
Yeah, who's a good role model now? Let me try to think here.
I don't
Dolly
know.
Parton.
There you go.
She's a
Don't
good
you
one.
think people have
she's-
always been this way? Where just it's obviously being filmed now.
That's
and
a
you
good
can pull out
question.
your phone, and I think people have always been pretty terrible.
Oh, okay.
That's a good question. Yeah,
I mean, the
maybe
Romans
those.
weren't nice. You don't conquer things. I mean, usually the people that win are the terrible people, and they get to write history.
Well, let's all go out and try to be wonderful today.
On that sober thought,
We have to.
darn it.
Let's try to be better.
Yeah, we should.
Well, I do have to commend Ashley, though, for her outfit choice because It's nothing but transparency here at Fox 10, if you can't tell.
Oh, look at that.
Transparency galore. We have nothing to hide, really.
We have.
That's our
She has
motto
nothing
today.
to hide.
If you can't tell, Ashley decided to wear chroma key green.
Yeah.
For Fox 10 Talks.
Yeah, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah,
I
really.
did not even
Boom.
think about it.
Nailed
Look
the
at that.
color.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it kind of
Perfect.
looks, it would be a cool dress.
Kinda
It-
cool.
Clearly never done weather.
Yeah, no.
Pretty cool.
Well, she has done weather actually on the weekends here.
That
Yes,
is true.
have.
You are a Fox 10
were a
weather
expert
for
Did
quite
you-
some time.
Did they revoke your expert credentials?
I went ahead and just gave it to
Yeah.
Erica and Ashley. They could have it, you know, give them a chance to do well.
Yes.
Yeah, because I had it covered. I was
Right.
really, my expertise was phenomenal, but
Well, in my opinion, you're always a Fox 10 weather expert emeritus.
Remember those days though? We have to like.
Do we remember those days?
Set up the computer, or you would.
Monsoon season was a blast.
Yeah. And
well,
just
before we go, I did want to bring up something. I don't know if you saw if it was trending, the Gen Z stare.
Yes.
Did
we
you
talked
guys-
about that on Wednesday.
We
It's
did.
amazing.
It's so true. Do you know how many times that's happened to me where I'm talking to a person? Do you know what this is?
we talked a little bit about it, but I've never seen it. I don't
Where
think.
you're addressing a younger person and they just stare back at you without words. That has
Yes.
happened to me so many
Really?
times. And it just, once I saw that this is an actual thing, it connected the dots. But I think it's a lot of like pandemic based learning and Zooming
Absolutely.
and phones.
Remind me again. They just don't understand what you're saying, or don't know how to respond,
Don't
or
know how to
They
respond.
don't know how to respond.
So they just
So nothing
stare.
was said.
And we did another thing, didn't we, this week? Or maybe it was in a newscast where the younger people answer the phone but don't say anything.
They don't
right,
say anything.
right.
What
Because
is
they're
that?
doing the Gen Z stare when they answer the phone.
Like,
Nothing happening.
yeah.
Maybe it's
It's
because
amazing.
every phone call you get is a scam.
Scam like
That was part
You
of
know,
what the
I
reasoning
just stop
was.
saying my name. I just go, hello? Because I don't want to let them know that they're talking to the person that they're trying to scam.
Yeah, in case they're
It's
or
rough.
serving the warrant on you through the phone.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
Well, just try to do anything customer service related to call and try to get through to anybody to explain your problem. It's
Where's all this
non-existent.
heading? I mean, not in the right direction. How
I
are we
think
going to
Gen A will correct.
You think?
I think it was just they're
gonna
like the
take
lost
over?
generation.
We
Gen
just
Z.
scratch.
Okay,
Scratch
Gen
that
A,
out of the record
save
book.
us. How old are Gen A? They're just being born?
They're like middle schoolers right now.
Middle school, okay. Okay, so they'll be there when I'm in the old folks' home? Okay.
Gen
Yeah,
B is just
there's a
being
joke
born.
from our last segment there, but I won't go there
Okay.
right now. So, thanks for watching us, Fox 10 Talks. We'll be